Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Giancar Salvador, the reporter to this afternoon. So, I would like to present to you the Malaysia or Federation of Malaysia. Malaysia is a Southeast Asian country occupying parts of Malay Peninsula and the island of Borneo. It is known for its beaches, rainforests, and mix of Malay, Chinese, Indian, and European cultural influences. And the map of Malaysia. It consists into two subdivisions. First, the larger one is the Malaysia Peninsula and the smaller one, the Malaysia Borneo. And their official flag and their motto, unity is strength. And in Malaysia, their capital is Kuala Lumpur, house of colonial buildings and shopping districts, and the home of famous twin towers in the world, the Petronas Tower, Twin Tower. And their official money currency is Malaysian ringgit, their official language is Malay, and their religion is Islam. And their official carrier, the Malaysian Airlines. And in Malaysia, it has four major international airport. The first is Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Second, Penang International Airport. Third, Dakota Kinabalu International Airport. And the fourth, Kuching International Airport. History. The British colonized Malaysia during the 18th century. But during the 19th century, Britain started to pay more attention to Malaysia because of the raw materials. In 18th century and 19th century, Britain decided to centralize Perak, Selangor, Pahang, and Negri Sembilan into one entity called the Federated Malaya States. In 1920, decided to decentralize, so the Federated Malaya States split. Malaya was occupied by the Japanese during World War II from 1942 to 1945. After the war, the British took over again and formed the Malayan Union, but this was opposed by the local Malaysians. Due to the British gave them what they wanted and granted Malaysia independence. Malaysia and Singapore was under Japanese occupation from 1942 to 1945. After Japan surrender at the end of World War II by dropping of atomic bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima by the United States, Malaysia and Singapore were placed under British military administration. Japanese wanted to attack Malaysia, but the Malaysians would have known they would be coming by boat, so Thailand let Japanese soldiers cycle through their borders. August 31, 1957 is when Malaysia was given independence. So let's proceed to their major tourist spot, Petronas Twin Tower, located at Kuala Lumpur, Batu Cave, and Selangor. Third, the Mount Kinabalu in Sabah. Third, the Perhentian Island in northeastern Malaysia. Their top three major festival. The Thaipusam Festival is the second largest Hindu festival in Malaysia and celebrated in honor of Lord Subramaniam, also known as Lord Murugan. And Ramadan Day and Gawai Harvest Festival. The three best cuisine in Malaysia, Asam Laksa, Roti Canai, and Rojak. The Penang Asam Laksa has a sour and spicy fish broth. The Roti Canai is the Malaysian adaptation of Indian parta roti, and Rojak is a salad dish served in chili sauce. Three best product in Malaysia. Baho Kebaya, the traditional Malay attire for women, is body-hugging and can be worn for parties or formal function. Pewter goods. Malaysia is famous worldwide for her pewter goods, and you will be tempted to select from a large variety of pewter decorated goods and hand-woven craft for something uniquely Malaysian. And there are hand-woven crafts which are made of bamboo, rattan, mengkuang, coconut shells, and pandan leaves. Did you know Malaysia has a unique rotating monarchy system in which the non-ethnic Malay state rulers take over as a king for a 5-year term. The country is made up to two mainland masses, the Peninsula Malaysia and Malaysian Borneo. They are separated by the South China Sea. Ethnic Malayan accounts for roughly half of Malaysia's estimated 31 million people. Other significant groups include Chinese and Indian and various indigenous peoples. The Petronas Tower in Kuala Lumpur were the world's tallest building until 2004, standing about 451.9 meters high with 88 stories. The structure remains as the world's tallest twin building. Thank you very much for listening my report.
A pleasant afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Myanmar. Myanmar is also called Burma Country, located in the western portion of mainland Southeast Asia. In 1989, the country's official English name, which it had held since 1885, was changed from the Union of Burma to the Union of Myanmar. In the Burmese language, the country has been known as Myanmar since the 13th century. The English name of the city that served as the country's capital from 1948 to 2006. Stretching from latitude, Myanmar is the northernmost country of Southeast Asia. It is shaped like a kite with a long tail that runs south along the Malay Peninsula. The country is bordered by China to the north and northeast, Laos to the east, Thailand to the southeast, the Andaman Sea and Bay of Bengal to the south and southwest, Bangladesh to the west, and India to the northwest. Its total length from north to south is about 1,275 miles, and its width at the widest part, across the center of the country at about the latitude of the city of Mandalay, is approximately 580 miles from east to west. Although Myanmar is located in the monsoon region of Asia, its climate is greatly modified by its geographic position and its relief. The cold air masses of Central Asia bring snow to the northern mountains for 2 months of the year, but this mountain wall prevents the cold air from moving farther south, so that Myanmar lies primarily under the influence of the monsoon winds. Myanmar has three seasons: the cool, relatively dry northeast monsoon from late October to mid-February, the hot, dry intermonsoonal season from mid-February to mid-May, and the rainy southwest monsoon from mid-May to late October. So let us now move on to know more about the capital, currency, language, and religion present in Myanmar. Naypyi Chau was proclaimed the capital of Myanmar in 2006. So the currency in Myanmar is called Burmese Kyat, or in other words, MMK. Many indigenous languages, as distinct from mere dialects, are spoken in Myanmar. The official language is Burmese, spoken by the people of the plains and as a second language by most people of the hills. During the colonial period, English became the official language, but Burmese continued as the primary language in all other settings. Both English and Burmese were compulsory subjects in schools and colleges. Although Myanmar has no official religion, nearly 9/10 of the population follows Theravada Buddhism. The vast majority of Burmans and Shan are Buddhist. There are 87.9% of the whole population of Myanmar are Buddhist. Next is Christianity, which is 6.2% of the population. Then the 4.3% of the population are Muslim. Then the remaining are animist, Hindu, and others are unknown. So the brief history of Myanmar has been a nexus of cultural and material exchange for thousands of years. The country's coast and river valleys have been inhabited since prehistoric times, and during most of the first millennium CE, the overland trade route between China and India passed through Myanmar's borders. Merchant, shi- Merchant ships from India, Sri Lanka, and even farther west converged on its ports, some of which also were the termini of the portage routes from the Gulf of Thailand across the narrow isthmus of Kra on the Malay Peninsula. Thus, Myanmar has long served as the western gateway of mainland Southeast Asia. The first human settlers in Myanmar appeared in the Central Plain 11 years ago. Little is known of these people except that they were Paleolithic culture using stone and fossilized wood tools that have been labeled Anyatian from Anyatya, another term for, another term for Upper Burma. A discovery in 1969 by workers from the government's Department of Archaeology of some cave paintings and stone tools in the eastern part of Shan State shows that the area II had Paleolithic as well as early Neolithic settlements for about 10,000 years ago, both of which bore similarities to the Haubinhian culture, which was widespread in the rest of Southeast Asia from about 13,000 to about 4,000 BCE. The Pyu state is the 1st century BCE and the 9th century CE. Speakers of Tibeto-Burman languages known as the Pyu established city kingdoms in Myanmar at Binnaka, Mongamu, Srikestra, and Halingi. At the time, a long-standing trade route between China and India passed through northern Myanmar and then across the Chindwin River Valley to the west. In CE 97 and 121, Roman embassies to China chose this overland route through Myanmar for their journey. To the south of the Pyu lived the Mon, who were speakers of an Austroasiatic language. The Mon were closely related to the Khmer, who lived to the east of the Mon in what is now Cambodia. The Mon center eventually shifted to Bagu, located on the Bagu River, about 50 miles northeast of present-day Yangon. From there, the Mon were able to control the trade of southern Myanmar. Myanmar National Airlines is the national flag carrier of Myanmar and has the most extensive route network within their country. Their airline has been in existence for over 65 years, and they are one of the oldest and most experienced airlines in Asia. Myanmar National Airlines was originally born in 1948 as UBA, or what we call Union of Burma Airways, making, making them as making them as one of the most historic airlines in Asia. They flew to 19 domestic points served with the Havilland Dove aircraft. All of these destinations are still in their schedule today, making them the most experienced airline flying the Myanmar skies. So the international airports present in Myanmar is the Yangon International Airport, Mandalay International Airport, Nai Chau International Airport, Hantawadi International Airport, which is under construction. And for the Myanmar location, our coordinates is 21.9162 north and 95.9560 from east. So these are the famous festival you must experience when you visit Myanmar. First one is the Tingyan Water Festival. The most famous festival in Myanmar is the Tingyan Water Festival is held in celebration of the Myanmar New Year. This festival is similar to the famous Songkran Festival in Thailand, wherein people throw or splash water at one another during the 4-day festival. The festival happens all across the Yangon region, but Mandalay has the bragging rights for being the most crowded city to celebrate the Myanmar New Year. Usually, the festival lasts 4 days, but on a leap year, it lasts 5 days. On the Burmese New Year Day, Myanmar people also do good deeds by offering meals and snacks, taking Sabbath, or cutting nails for their elders. The next one is Manao Festival is usually held in Kachin State and is held every year in January to welcome the new year. During the festival, you will see Manao poles that are long, artistically designed and erected at the center of the festival area. Kachin people usually dance around these poles as a way to celebrate the new year, the reunion of tribes, and the victories in battle. You can see beautiful Kachin people in their traditional costumes, and you may also participate in the dance with them during the festival. The next one is Tongyi Tongzang. The most popular festival held in Shan State is the Tongyi Tongzang, also known as the Festival of Lights, which usually happens around November. During the festival, you can see many hot air balloons of varying shapes and sizes that are launched to the sky as an offering to the heavens and to fight off evil spirits. The festival is quite popular among the locals because it's similar to music festivals where there are loud music and lots of beer and food. If you are traveling to Myanmar in November, make sure to witness this awesome event. Booking your hotel in advance is highly recommended, as the city runs out of accommodations very quickly due to the high number of travelers. Although Tading Youth Festival is held all across Myanmar, the Kyak Yu Tading Youth Festival is the most famous of all among the locals. People light candles during the festival as a way to welcome the Lord Buddha back from the heavens, where he is believed to preach to his reborn mother before returning to earth. On the day of the full moon of Tading Youth, local, locals offer 9,000 candles and flowers to the pagoda. Burmese children also love this festival because it's where elderly people give them pocket money when they visit the home of their elders to give thanks. This tradition also reflects the filial piety nature of Burmese people. Although the majority of Burmese people believe in Buddhism, there is still a significant population that believes in nuts. Nuts are said to be terrestrial spirits that influence human activity. Taong Beyond Nut Festival is held in celebration of these spirits and is usually held around July and August. You will see people drinking and dancing during this lively festival. Nut believers offer beer, fried chicken, and money to the Nut Gadaws, who are like shamans that embody the spirits and act as their vessel. Nut Gadaws perform as dance. Nut Gadaws perform and dance in different costumes depending on the spirit they embody. Kyeokse is located just about 44 kilometers away from Mandalay, and every year around October, people from Upper Myanmar usually come to Kyeokse during the festival to enjoy the elephant dance. There are usually two people who enter inside the paper elephant to dance. These dancers must completely be in sync when it comes to rhythm and timing for the dance to be successful. This festival is held to pay homage to the Swet Talyong Pagoda in Kyeokse. And lastly, Shitaong Pagoda Festival is usually held in April. This festival is the most popular among Rakhine people. During this festival, you can watch Rakhine traditional dances, boxing matches, and boat rowing competitions. It's also an opportunity to learn more about the ancient temples and pagodas of the old Mrukyu dynasty. Although the transportation access to the Mrukyu town is currently difficult because you either take a 20-hour bus ride or take a flight to Sittwe Airport and rent a private car for a 3-hour drive. Witnessing the amazing physical activities of the Shitong Pagoda Festival makes it worth to travel. These diverse and famous festivals in Myanmar aren't only celebrations, but they are a traditional way of giving an in-depth experience into its people's culture, ideology, and way of life to both foreign and local tourists. This is something you would not want to miss if you have the opportunity to visit Myanmar at the right time. After experiencing such great festivals in Myanmar, let's also go to their famous tourist attractions. First one is Yangon, City of Glistening Temples. The former capital is one of the most attractive attractions in Myanmar for those who are seeking a vacation in Asia. Without doubts, Yangon is the most exciting place for Myanmar tourism that opens the opportunity for tourists to admire the most sacred Buddhist pagoda in Myanmar. The elegant Swedagon Pagoda, which is gold-plated with the diamond studded on top and makes a mystical beauty visible from almost everywhere. In addition to the charming pagodas, breathtaking landscape of the city will truly fascinate your senses in your Yangon sightseeing tour. Since it is known as the Garden of the East, you should be completely overwhelmed by the landscape of local green lakes, shady parks, and verdant tropical trees. Next one is Bagan, the hidden treasure. Along with Yangon, Bagan is one of the main tourist attractions in Myanmar. With a repertoire of the massive Buddhist temple built by King Pagan over many centuries, Bagan is undoubtedly the greatest archaeological site on earth. that you should never miss to visit in Myanmar tourism. Nowadays, with over 3,000 temples still remaining, this native land unleashes fair chances for you to freely explore Bagan art and architecture by a visit to the Bagan temples. Temples in Bagan are close to each other, so they provide you with a wide range of moving ways such as walking, cycling, buses, tuk-tuk, or on a hot air balloon to discover this marvelous sight. If you have already mesmerized by the ancient architecture of pagodas from the ground, a hot air balloon flight will provide you a chance to marvel at the wonderful Bagan from above, which is an unforgettable experience. To the southeast of Bagan lies Mount Popa together with a lot of Buddhist monasteries situated. Popa in Sanskrit means flower as the wool remains are well known for its breathtaking beauty. Mandalay, the charming cultural capital. Located not far from Bagan, for about 30-minute flight from Bagan, Mandalay is another beautiful place to visit in Myanmar. Previously, it used to be the capital of ancient Myanmar and now is a city of chaos, smoke, and dust. Just travel here one time. Mandalay will never fail to captivate your soul with the majestic beauty of the sacred temples. You would be definitely amazed by the true beauty of this land when you leave the bustling downtown to visit the architectural wonders. Mahamuni Buddha image, Swenandao, Kutudao, and the complex architecture of Mandalay Hill are the main tourist attraction of Mandalay. Especially the most prominent site in this city, Ubain Bridge, which is located in a historic village in Amarapura and considered the longest thick wooden bridge. From here, the most brilliant photography works of sunset have been being established widely in the world. Inla Lake, the breathtaking natural beauty. Among the most popular tourist destinations in Myanmar, Inle Lake is the place to be best known by fishermen with unique fishing methods, just rowing with one leg. Although tourism in the region has developed in recent years, Inle Lake still retains the natural beauty of its capital and one of the main attractions for Myanmar tourism. Getting to Inle, you will experience the sensation of floating houses, an ideal place for you to sink in deeper into this wondrous beauty of nature brings. Along with fishing, traditional handicrafts are a significant part of the local economy, and it's very intriguing to see silk weavers and silversmiths plying their trade on the lake. As religion plays an integral role in Burmese daily life, numerous pagodas and monasteries can be easily found on the lake and its shores. There are also many restaurants dotted around, where you can indulge in their delicious catches of the day. After a long day of traveling from the famous tourist attractions of Myanmar, why don't we taste the famous cuisine and product of Myanmar? The first one is tea leaf salad. This is the most popular Myanmar food. To make the dish, the sour, slightly bitter leaves are mixed by hand and shredded cabbage, sliced tomatoes, nuts, and peas. The dish can be a snack, an appetizer, or coupled with a plate of rice. Shan-style rice, known as fish rice. This Shan dish is among the most typical Myanmar food. It combines rice that's been cooked with turmeric and topped with flakes of freshwater fish and garlic oil. This cuisine becomes a delicious snack when served with leek roots, raw garlic, and deep-fried pork rinds. When staying at Sanctum Inle Resort, Myanmar, you can try this rice. Curry. The curry is a delicious meal to try with pork, fish, shrimp, beef, or mutton. These include rice, a tart salad, a small dish of fried vegetables, a small bowl of soup, and a large tray of fresh vegetables and herbs. Tea shop meal. Tea shops are great places to enjoy cups of milky tea and also various cuisines of Myanmar. They serve baked sweets as well as meaty steamed buns and dim sum. They often serve dishes which are deep-fried savory snacks, deep-fried bread served with a potato curry, or baked breads. Sweet snacks. Unlike sweets elsewhere in Southeast Asia, sweet snacks aren't generally packed with sugar. They are getting their sweet flavors from ingredients such as grated coconut, coconut milk, rice flour, cooked sticky rice, tapioca, and fruit. And lastly, deep fried stuff. Myanmar has many popular fried foods. You can find many kinds of snack on the street or in tea shops. The favorite food are deep fried, samosas, spring rolls, savory fritters, sweets, breads, noodles topped with deep fried crispy garnishes. These are facts trivias about Myanmar. First one is you will see small children wear holy thread around their neck or wrist. This is to protect themselves from bad spirits or spells. Second is when the locals in Myanmar want to get a waiter's attention, they make a kissing sound. Usually 2 or 3 short kisses. It is the sort of sound you might make if calling a cat. Third one is the traditional Burmese dress is the longi, a wrap-around skirt worn by men and women. Men tie theirs in the front and women fold the cloth over and secure it at the side. The fourth one is Myanmar depends on agriculture. For more than half of its GDP, rice is the major product. A typical meal in Myanmar includes steamed rice, fish, meat, vegetables, and soup served at the same time. Locals use their fingertips to mold rice into a small bowl and then mix it with various dishes. And the last one is, with a total area of 261,970 square miles, Myanmar is the largest country in mainland Southeast Asia and the 40th largest in the world. It is somewhat smaller than Texas and slightly larger than Afghanistan. So that's all. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.